Hey, you guys, this is Mrs. Collette, and today you're writing your conclusion. So we need to talk about what makes a good conclusion. And I hear you cry, wait, Mrs. Collette, you've forgotten. We have not yet written our introductions. Doesn't the conclusion come last and the introduction first? That is an excellent question. Thank you for asking it. No, we write our introduction last, and I will tell you why tomorrow. But today we're writing our conclusion, so buckle up, here we go. Now, the thing I noticed most about conclusions is that they're kind of like hit and run accidents. A lot of times people like throw their essay at you and run away without giving a decent conclusion to tell us what we've learned. Conclusions are like running to home plate when you're playing baseball. So when you play baseball, hitting the ball is important, and every base that you make it to is like this desperate attempt that is important because it will score you a point when you make it back to home. Running to first base is great, but it doesn't score your team a point. And every base along the way was an important win for you. I know what it feels like to run onto third base and like, yes, I'm almost home. But until you make it back to home plate, you still haven't won your team a point. And conclusions are like running from third base to home. You have made really great points along the way, and you have helped your reader to understand how you feel. But until you have made a solid conclusion, it's unclear whether or not they'll care about what you have to say. Your conclusion has the opportunity to make your reader feel something. It's your last opportunity to affect the emotion of your reader and to impress them with your points. You get to control how the other person feels as they put down what you have written, and your conclusion is how you do that. Now, I want you to think to the conclusion of your favorite movie. How does it end? I picked Beauty and the Beast not because it's my favorite movie, but because its conclusion does some important things. So we see Belle and Prince Adam, and they're dancing around with all their friends and family while Mrs. Potts sings the song Beauty and the Beast. It's the most emotional song in the whole play, it's a movie for you guys. It's also a Broadway play. It's the most emotional song, the whole thing. And she's singing it again now that everything is over. They're reminding us of how far we've come. Mrs. Potts is helping us to remember what the most emotional and most like heart-wrenching moments of the whole story were as we watch Belle and Beast dance again. Okay, because this is the second time they've danced, and she sang the song the first time too, right? So, the same way that the conclusion of this movie brings up the most effective parts of the movie and makes you feel strong emotions as you end, a good conclusion brings up the most important points that you've made in your paper, reminds the reader how good a job you did of explaining to them without saying, I'm awesome and you should listen to me. You bring those points up again, the points that they probably read and were like, huh, that's a really good point. And then you make them feel something. You don't have to manipulate their emotions, but you remind them, why should they care? Okay, because if they don't care, they're not going to do anything. Make them care. If they walk away from your essay saying, okay, so what? Then you've failed. You did not reach home plate. Your team did not score a point. Make your reader care about what you have said. Explain to them why it should be important to them, and then tell the reader what to do. Think of a coach's pep talk. The coach is going to remind you of your training. He's going to tell you, or she's going to tell you, think about all the times we've practiced this. You know how to do this. Then they're going to remind you how important this is. They're going to help you to get into the right state of mind. And then they're going to tell you what to do. They're going to give you instruction for how to go out onto that playing field and what you should do next so that you can win. a good conclusion will do the same thing. So let's try it on paper. So as I start my conclusion, the first thing I want to do is remind my audience of how important this is. So I'm going to start by saying sports are more than just games. Sports have the potential to improve our lives or make them worse. That's also going to make my next point as I remind my reader what I've taught them in this essay. It's going to make it more powerful for them. Young people can learn respect, cooperation, perseverance, and humility. They can also suffer humiliation or injury. Allowing schools to maintain separate boys and girls teams will allow coaches to interact more with players and ensure that they are learning the right lessons. So that comes from this paragraph I wrote up here about how when teams retreat to the locker room at halftime, boys and girls will go to separate rooms, making it difficult for halftime speech from the coach to prepare athletes for the rest of the game. And I said players need help from coaches. They need to be able to plan their team strategy so they can be successful and work together effectively. So I bring that up again. The next bit, I didn't write a paragraph for this, but I would have if I were writing the whole essay. Gender divided teams will prevent injuries and allow kids to have a safer experience playing sports. So here, I have brought up my most important points and made it important, right? I've shown why this is important and reminded my reader of the most important things that I wrote in my essay. Then, as an elected representative, it is up to you to vote against the law that would force Utah teams to combine so that the sports can continue to be a positive part of life in Utah. So, I'm trying to make my reader feel like it's important, feel responsible, feel like they need to act. I'm not trying to manipulate them. I'm reminding them of what I need them to do and why I think it's so important. Remember, I don't have a side on this. I'm just writing a conclusion for this side because it's this side's turn. I wrote a positive counter argument and now it's a negative against co-ed sports conclusion. But don't make your conclusion sound just like mine. First, think, what do I want my reader to feel? How can I make them feel that way? Remember to make it important, to remind them why they should care, right? Remind them why they should care, bring up the most important points that they've made, make them feel something, and then tell them what to do. That's what you need to do in your conclusion today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I would be happy to help you. Good luck.